Ooh, interesting. Okay. This does another thing. Okay. Hi. This is Inky and I'm 3D modeling my last character for an attack for art fight. It's the 30th today and art fight ends, I think, tomorrow. I don't know. But yeah, I really wanted to get this character done. I just have the head left to model, have everything else modeled, and then I have to do UV unwrapping, texturing, and rigging, and then I want to animate this character with my other character because they did a really nice uh, drawing of my characters and interacting with theirs, and I really love when people do that. I don't see people do that enough unless it's like a mass attack, which those are like cool and fun and all, but like it just feels like the characters are kind of just there, but they're not like really interacting with the other characters. It's usually just them interacting with the environment, which is still cool. But like I don't know, there's something about like this attack. It made me really giddy. It personally like kind of touched me in a way. So I thought, what better way to like end off art fight than to make them a 3D model of their character. Yeah. So hopefully I'm doing their character justice, and I'm kind of stuck at this point where, not stuck, but I'm at a point like where I'm trying to model the ears, and her hair and the bangs. I'm gonna start doing the ears first, and I'm basically just recording this so I can like kind of have a record of like what I did, so I can like have reference for like future me, like, oh, how did I make this character's head? I have a record of that, so that's what this is for. um yeah, I'm just gonna kind of model along. I'm still trying to debate if I want to like hop in like a channel and have other people watch along. It might get really distracting. I think this is where I'm really concentrated. I did it once. I like modeled something once, but that was because like I knew kind of what I was doing, but now I'm at a point where okay, I need to like really focus because I don't know really what exactly I'm doing. I'm kind of just experimenting, and I don't like when people watch me while I'm experimenting. And while I'm experimenting here, I will also be eating, so you are going to hear some munchies. This is modeling and mukbang video, totally. Except you're not watching me eat. Yeah. I'm also gonna do pauses in between because I'm trying to minimize how much I have to edit this. Hopefully the goal is not to be able to edit this at all, but if certain things start popping up, um, I have to edit this, but oh well. So, okay, every time I press this button, it also is like a button for this. What is this? Oh, so this button brings up the file tab. That's interesting. Anyways, here I have my reference. Um, sorry, I'm all chewing. Um, the character I'm modeling is a fox, like Tails. So I've been using Tails, specifically this model, as a reference because it's basically the style I'm kind of going for. And while I'm looking around, I'm kind of just figuring out, okay, how do I want to approach like some of the shapes here? So I really like, oh, here we go. I really like the side view of Tails, and I noticed that when I was modeling Amy, whoa, I did not make Amy. I modeled another character of mine called ibuki, but I used Amy's model as a reference. The muzzle was actually separated from the head. And it was the most interesting thing to me ever because I was like in my head, like, oh, I'm gonna have to like extrude the muzzle from the head, but it was separated. So like, okay. So I'm wondering if I should do that or try to do what this model does here and try to just make the muzzle a part of the head. I don't know what I want to do first. I think last time I was trying to really get the ears going, so I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead and switch back. Okay, and we're back. So yeah, just basically going based off of what I seen in the Tails one. I maybe it would have been helpful to like put a picture, but I think I kind of did the same thing here. with the reference that I drew. So I'm gonna try to like pick like see what are these three faces? Maybe even that one. Okay, interesting. And then maybe this back one here. It might be a big ear, but we're just experimenting, okay guys? We're just trying to get a shape, an ear shape. So if I've extruded those eight faces, scaling them down, rotating it a little, and I'm just bringing it up here. Okay, that's interesting. What do we have? Okay, okay, we have something going on. Okay, okay. Wait, that actually might not be that bad. I guess just the interesting thing is that now there's like a whole bunch of faces up here. I don't know if I'm going to want all of them right now, but I think it should be fine. Oh, by doing that I made it a little taller. Yeah, I guess in here, oh, I see, that line made it look taller. Okay, okay, okay. I kind of like this shape. I think I want this to be more that way. And again, this is just a reference. Just because I drew the ears like that doesn't mean I want the ears to be like that. Maybe like in the 3D model, I want it to be more like this, which I'm actually kind of content with. Yeah. I do want a little bend, a curve in her ear. So what I'm going to do is I did a loop cut right here. And it goes all around the ear, which is exactly what I want. And I'm just going to bring it back a little. We will go by the y-axis. Okay. Maybe I'm going to bring these edge loops down. Okay. Maybe up. Okay. And then I'm going to start beveling. I did Control B to bevel. Not too many. Just a few. Just to get more of a smoother curve. And I'm already kind of liking the shape that it's making. I don't know if I agree with the ears being so close together. But the thing is, it's just... What if I did this? Wait, what if I turned on clipping and just moved it a little away from each other? No. Okay, so now I have a little bit of a problem where I kind of want like a spacing between her ears right here, but I'm not sure how to go about that. Maybe I should like... Oh, turn off clipping. I could do that, but now I have a hole in my head. See? And I don't know if I want that. Do I want a hole in my head? And then I have this weird shape going on with the ears now. This is tricky. Like, a part of me feels like... But you can't loop cut triangles, that's the thing. Maybe it'll warm up to me. Like, if I look back at Tails, I'm gonna go ahead and do a little pause. Here we are. If you look at Tails, he has a little... Let me hide this. Now he's bald. But he has a little space between his head. And that's kind of what I want. Maybe let's take a look and see how it was done here. I see some triangles opening up here. I guess I can make that sacrifice and add a few triangles there. Let me have a bite of my lunch, breakfast, because my first thing I'm eating. Yeah. Okay. I usually try to avoid making too many triangles, otherwise the models become really hard to work with, especially if you're trying to do like loop cuts and everything, because if I try to do a loop cut here, I can't do it anywhere. It's all just triangles and I can't make a single loop cut anywhere because it's made out of triangles. He probably wasn't made out of triangles at first. He was probably made out of quads, but when you put him in a game engine, the game automatically turns all the quads into triangles because for every square is 2 triangles. Or rather, you can put a triangle in a square. So that's what happened, and that's why I can't make any loop cuts. Like, this model is practically very, very, very hard to mess with. You would have to mess with it one vertex at a time, or with proportional editing, to get it to like to be able to like do anything with it. Unless you like take off this and like what? There's like a tool where you can turn all the triangles into quads, but it's gonna look really bad. Oh yeah, tries to quads. Yeah, look. See? It's already doing some weird stuff. With his tails. And stretching some places with the UV mapping. Even the eyes too, so yeah, just gonna fix that. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and go back and see what we can do about the little space between the ears. Alright, so here we are. Yeah, so we want that space between the ears. I could do that. Wait, hold on. Pause. Oh, okay. I don't want to open up too many. Okay. How far can I go? Okay. 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 So what I've done here is I've opened up, or I've turned on proportional editing. So it's going to affect other vertices that's nearby. And I just kind of moved it aside, open like that. And I guess I am going to fill this up with a triangle, maybe. Yeah. But now the ears, you know what? They're a little too big. Just a little. There. Oh, and I want to do smaller. And if it's not coming out the way I want it to, I can kind of just smooth the vertices out and see what I get. Oh, okay. I do like what I'm doing over here by pulling some of these vertices to make like more of a round look for ears. Okay. We're getting somewhere with this. Oops. Now I'm trying to go around these little marks, or these vertices like around this part of her ear, and I'm just gonna bring them down and see what that looks like. Okay. It's kind of rounding out this part, but then now at the very top it's like very pointed. Yeah. Alright, I'm trying to just debate how I want to do this. I'm going to extrude and make this vertice at 0 so it's touching. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make sure these make a face. There you go. So now it's a triangle. And yep, now we have 4 triangles. And if I really wanted to, I could like turn it into a quad later. But I kind of don't want to, because with that center vertice, I can kind of bring that up and make her head a little rounder. So maybe it's not so bad. Maybe that wasn't that bad. Okay. I kind of agree with this. Let's see. Oh, so cute! Oh, so cute, so cute. Okay, okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Okay, yeah, I might not even smooth it out. I might. I might. Yeah, see, you can see how very not aligned this is with the ref, but even without it, I'm kind of like looking at all of its sides. It's like, yeah, I got the general shape down of like what I'm looking for. I do kind of wish it wasn't obvious that it was a circle at one point. Like, I kind of wish I could just take this back part and kind of move it with, no, something like that. Like, make it more flat and like with along with the ears, kind of like tails, because I know it wasn't that obvious. Like, it didn't look like a sphere with ears planted on it. The curve kind of went, you know, along with the ears, if I'm explaining that right. And I do like the shape of that better, so we're gonna do a save. Saving's very important because I like the progress that we did so far. I'm gonna take these vertices, like that middle, and I'm gonna bring it in a little. So there's like a little indent in her ear. Maybe I'll take these vertices too. Maybe just these. Okay. Okay. And let me turn off X-ray just to kind of get a feel. Okay, I have some weird stuff going on here. I might want to smooth out the vertices. Yeah, because I don't know what's going on here. What is this? Let me just grab everything. Because smoothing out the vertices usually helps. At least for me it does. See, let's grab the whole ear that we've extruded. And sometimes it helps to check that you don't have any extra vertices, but I'll do that in a second. Alright, smooth vertices. Alright, so let's take a look at what that did. Okay, so it definitely did its job with smoothing out vertices, and I don't know if I still see that weird topology. Let's see by distance. Okay, there is no extra vertices I didn't know about, but okay. I guess, okay, yeah. I'm just kind of looking at this here. That's very interesting. It's very angled in a way that's kind of hard for me to decipher, but I can tell what's going on here. And as long as it's not too crazy, I think it's fine. It's basically just this quad right here, this line of quads going up, and it's kind of twisting itself in a way to make itself face this way. So that's why it looks a little strange, but I don't think it should pose any problems. Although now I think it might be too smooth and the ears got a little, yeah, there you go. I want them to be kind of wide again. Oh. Just a little. You know what? I'm going to turn on clipping so it doesn't. There you go. Just a little. And then I'm going to bring these and bring it up just a little. And I'm going to go right here and scale it in just a little. Okay, make sure that didn't do anything too crazy, because I was trying to get the ears to look more pointy. I don't know if I like what I did. Okay, yeah, no. Oh, maybe it's because I grabbed too many. And then, wait. Okay, I think I'm okay with this. Okay. Okay. I can be so precise or particular about the head sometimes, but we're getting somewhere. I do see this is kind of sticking out a little more than I'd like. Maybe I'll bring that down just a little bit. If anything, people is probably not going to go zoom up to the top of her head and be like, oh, this vertex is sticking out just a little bit, just a little dent. And I was like, you know what? Stop looking there. Look at like the rest of her body, okay? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do a quick file save, and I'm gonna take a bite of my delicious chicken. I'm kind of nervous about the hair. Oh, what I will do. Oh, yep. Oh. There you go. There you go. So that makes texturing a lot easier, and she has like ears now. That's awesome. Alright. Good progress. Do I want to do the muzzle next? Wait a minute. Okay. I was like, I don't remember her head looking at that, but I wasn't straight. Okay. It looks like for the muzzle, I could just grab those faces and extrude a Y axis. Okay, whoa, I already like how that looks. Maybe that wasn't that bad. Okay, I'm gonna make this two vertices so we can see easier of what I'm doing. One thing I do remember about Tails' model is that the nose was actually like a separate mesh, so I can probably add the nose later, but I'm just trying to get this shape. Should I've added a loop cut here. Oh, okay, now I'm enlarging it. I don't know if that's what I wanted to do, but I'm doing it. Kind of just experimenting. I don't think that's what I wanted to do. Oops. I've turned on wireframe. That's also not what I wanted to do. Yeah, no, I don't think that's what I wanted to do. I'm not sure. I do know that I kind of wanted the face. It might just be a texture, but have an idea. Did that make an Engon? Oh no. Oh, oh, I did not mean to do that. Yeah, so if I wanted to go, oops. If I wanted to bevel, I would have to go all around the loop to ensure that there won't be any weird triangles or Ngons made in the process. So I think I'm gonna try to get like that round shape. Oh, 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 what is happening? Oh no. It's like, I took that personally. Okay. That's an issue. I don't know how they were able to achieve it with tails. Like it's generally the shape I'm looking for. Can I undo? Oh God, please say I can undo. Aha, okay. So I can't go back, but let me see if I can restore it to its original state before I did. Well, now she just has no mouth completely. Is that what I wanted? I don't think so. Maybe it's just the faces I wanted to delete. Alright, never mind. Okay. I could always go back, but I'm trying to figure this out before deciding to start over. What if I smooth vertices? Okay, you know what? I don't know why I didn't think of that. Okay. Yeah, why did I not think of that? I'm gonna add a loop cut here. And then I'm gonna select everything here. And I'm just gonna ask this setting to do the work for me. Because it's rounding out the shape. It's giving me the shape that I want, that I'm looking for. And I'm actually gonna... Oh my goodness. That's the shape. That's what we were looking for, boys. That's what we were looking for. And... Now it feels wide, but we kind of want this to be a little narrow. So I'm gonna try to bring these in. Actually try to like bring it in like a fox. Oops, why did I do that? Okay. I don't know what it's doing. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy diggy hole. Diggy diggy hole. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy diggy hole. Digging a hole. I don't know why I started singing that. Oh yes. Oh yes. It's all coming together. Oh yes. Oh yes, it is all coming together. Oh yes, it is all coming together. What did I grab? Okay. You're correct. I do want to grab that. Grab this. And this. And maybe that. Alright, so what did we learn, guys? Get smooth vertice tool and make it do the work for you. Alright, that's what we learned today, guys. That is exactly what we learned today. Oh, I was like, why does this look so strange? Well, now you get to be a part of the family. With helping us straighten this muzzle. Oh. Well, we don't want to give you that. There you go. Maybe what I'll do is I'll select the bottom of this and then smooth it. Oh. I don't like what it did there. So we're gonna delete that. There you go. That's better. Wait. Yup. We're getting closer and closer every time. Yeah. We're just getting closer every single time. Okay, guys. Maybe it's not that bad after all. Yeah. Ooh, guys. And she doesn't have the fluff on her cheeks like Tails does, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's do a save. I think what I do want to do is try to replicate I think someone's returned home. I'm gonna texture the eyes anyway, so it doesn't have to be perfect. But I do kind of like the crevice here. Like, I think those are the shapes I'm kind of looking for. And then I know that looks a little flat right now, but she's gonna have a nose. She's gonna have a nose, guys, I promise. Yeah. You know what? I feel like bringing this down just a little, just a tad. Yep, boys. That's what I was looking for. Yep. That's the shape that I want. I think that's the shape that I want. Yeah. That's the shape that I want. I think it's gonna look even better when she has her hair and gulp. That's the part I'm nervous about. So the bang part is gonna be a separate part, like how I went on the other Tails model and hid his bangs, because it was a separate part of the mesh. It was a separate part. It wasn't a part of the mesh. It was like if I select this, it's just one part. All of it's one part because I just made extrusions to the same, what used to be a sphere, but I'm gonna make a new object. I'm thinking a cylinder. I have a vision. I did this similarly to ibuki. but this one's gonna be more fuller. We'll just see where that takes us. But for now, let's do this. So what we have here is, oh, where was I? Oh yeah. So we have this shape going on where the hair is going outwards like this, but it's also going back like this. And I literally just did a character that has this kind of hairstyle in a way. So let's go take a look at that. This is Ibuki. Ibuki, say hi, Ibuki. Wait. He's like, hello. He's waving. Oh, he's waving. He's like, hello. He like, oh. Yeah, I kind of wave like that. Like, they call it like the spider wave. I kind of do that sometimes. Like, oh, hello. Anyways, we're not playing with his rig. We are trying to look at his hair. Where it's like at the back, like let's say this is his front view. You know what, I should probably like I have to like press this multiple times so it goes to place, because if I move him around, the other bones follow. Look. Ooh, stop. I'm gonna get so distracted. Okay. Go back. Okay. Okay, yeah, so this is Ibuki. I need to hide this camera. There. Maybe the rig too. Okay. Yeah, so this is Ibuki. Yeah, your wings is in the way. There. Look. Okay, his arms is fine. Yeah, so he has like little, I don't know, quills, I guess? I mean, he is a hedgehog? Question mark? Like Amy. Like, he's a human soul, but in a vessel of a hedgehog. Okay. Okay, whatever. I'm not talking about him. Anyways, yeah, he has like quills. And then the back, you can tell it's like also going out this way. And with the shading, you can kind of tell, oh, it also goes out this way too. Yeah, so it looks like I did like 3. And I remember taking planes and I kind of just extruded them a bunch of times to get like the shape. And then I just did a bunch of like, I did some weird stuff, but it worked. I'm kind of tempted to just take the back of his head and paste it onto, is it Phoenix? I think that's how you say her name, but that would be cheating. You know what? I don't have no room to talk. I already took his limbs, the gloves, the legs. I already used that. And then, kind of unrelated but similar topic is the hair. I know I started the hair out with cylinders. And that's how I got it to get these little spikes. So I feel like based off of what I did here, that might be a good idea to replicate in for the hair for FedEx, but we'll see. But yeah. Oh my god, hi. Oh, he's looking at me. Oh, I love models that do this. Like from no matter what angle you look at the, oh my god, he looks so scary from this angle. You got games on your phone? You got games on your phone? Oh my god. Do not let me near Ibuki. I will play with him for hours. I won't even make anything productive with him. I'll just like look at him, make him do a dance, and then just leave. But yeah, no, I definitely need to do like some actual animations and stuff with him. He's so cute. I'm so happy how he turned out. Anyway, we're gonna go back. Bye, Ibuki. Do you have a turn? So I think I'm gonna start by getting the general shape of the back of the head. I mean, this part doesn't matter, but I see like the starting point. It's kind of like that. So we're gonna do that. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Ready? we're gonna delete maybe these faces, because they're gonna be in our way. These faces. Yep. Ah! He's bald. Or she's bald, I'm sorry. I was still thinking about ibuki. Okay. And what I did is I took these edges and... yeah, I'm just gonna do one. Oh, interesting. I remember having two for ibuki, but I know this is mostly gonna be in the back for her. I might need an extra edge loop here. Let's see if I can do that. I can. I won't do that yet. Let's just see what we can do with what we have first. So I'm going to take this edge loop and I'm going to... this is what I remember doing. Okay, and see? We have that going on. Do you see the vision? Okay. And then we're going to go on this side. I don't know where it is. Oh, okay. It might be a little lower than the model, but that's okay. I'm just going to try and follow along with the general shape. Debating if I want to hide the body or not, or just turn that photo on. Okay. Do you see the vision? Oh, I messed up. I messed up. I messed up. So, I see I have a little second thing right there, but it was so low that I completely overlooked it, so we're gonna try that again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna try to replicate that so it's like kind of the same. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All these needs to be lifted up just a little bit so I can easily connect them to each other. But okay, you see the vision. You see the vision. You see it. Now, the problem now that arises is that, you know what? Let's just, okay, clipping's on. I'm gonna turn this on. Yeah. I want it to be small. Small. Why did I do that? What am I doing? Hello. What does V do? That's interesting. I want these all to be small. Yeah, I don't want them too big. And for these, let's see. I'm just gonna make them small. Just gonna make them small. The tips are generally gonna be smaller, maybe not too small, but small. Do you see the vision, guys? Now I know it looks super sharp right now, and well, that's kind of the look we're going for. You know, it's a nice to have some areas rounded out. The cool part about this being mirrored right here is that I can kind of pull it out to give it volume like that. And like how we observed when we were making the muzzle, it will do it for us when we smoothen out the vertices, but we want to like guide this as much as we can And I might even add some beveling to it just to give it more curvatures. But I'm going to try to do with what I have right now. And I'm really thinking about adding a loop cut right here because, look, because this is the other side, right? Like if I turn off, see? Like boop, 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 boop. But for this side, it's just, it's flat. So, oh, no, I don't want to move everything. Just this part. Just this part. Maybe it will like, well, no, let's move it up. I said let's move it up. And there you go. It looks kind of weird right now, but you can already tell it has like some volume going on. Kind of like this one. And we're getting somewhere with this. You see? Now, if I could just have ibukis and the topology for his side by side on this, that would be awesome. We're going to save how much we have right so far though. Yep. And if we decide we hate all of this, we can just chop all this off and start again. But I kind of actually like how this is going so far. I'm trying to debate. You know what? I'm gonna just look at his head, her head. I keep thinking about Ibuki. That's why I keep saying him. I guess I'm kind of in a mode where I'm thinking about like, okay, Ibuki, today I will use he/him pronouns today. And then I do that, and then I confuse myself if I like use any other pronoun. But it's whatever. Okay. What do we think about merging these? Okay. Alright. I kind of like that. It looks really blocky right now, but trust the process. You have to trust the process. Now, I know in like Crush Sune's tutorials, she was really, not really, like somewhat detailed in like explaining like where you can move your vertices, but also noting how like it doesn't have to be perfect. That was bothering me, and it was like I kept looking at it, so now I don't remember what I was talking about. But yeah, she was like, you don't have to be perfect, but I would just move these vertices here and here like that. You're gonna grab this and this vertice and then make this face and things like that. Like when like that hair tutorial, oh my god, it drove me nuts. But yeah, it's always like the hair and fur that kind of drives me nuts, especially if it's like stylized to have like all kinds of like curls and tufts. But I found that this method of doing it really helped me visualize, okay, this is how I'm gonna like make the planes and things like that. So yeah, it looks like we have another. Ooh, perfect. Ooh, perfect. Oh wait, not perfect. Cause remember how we made this extra one? Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. That might be a problem because that loop cut only went up to here. It didn't go all the way down here, so we might actually have to use the knife tool and cut another. Do you see what I'm going with this? Okay, I just want to make sure there's only one vertice here. Alright, now there's a vertice for every one of them. See? Okay, the thing that I couldn't explain is like, this was only one pretend that doesn't exist right now. But it was only these two vertices. And if you remember, this was also just like this and this. But because I wanted more volume to this little strip here, I added a loop cut, which added this vertice. And now that this had an extra vertice, this was lacking a vertice for me to connect it to. So what I did is I used the knife tool and I added an edge right here. I cut this like a slice of pizza in half. And now when I take these three vertices and I extrude them towards these three vertices, I can connect this to the head. Oh, wait. I don't know what I did. There. See? Oh, we're getting so close. Yeah, I think it's going to be helpful that we get all of these connected before we try to smooth things out by adding more vertices. So yeah, let's try to do that. Alright, how did I do this part? I think how I did this part is I tried closing these up. And in the hair, there's going to be lots of triangles, but it might be worth it. I see here I could make a quad. Oh, actually, that's not that bad. That's not that bad. I actually like it. I like that as a quad. It makes sense for it to be a quad. Okay. But for this one, wait. I guess technically it would be a quad, but it wouldn't make much sense. Yeah. So this one's gonna have to be a triangle. You see, because like this has a face for this face, this has a face for this face, and this face has a face for this face. Or edge, side. I think I'm getting my words mixed up, but for this one, the reason why I didn't make this like a quad, because like this is like its own strip, so like this face has this side, this face, like it goes all around. It's hard to kind of explain, but once you kind of like get used to just looking at models, you might understand what I'm talking about. So like this face, it makes sense to make into a quad, so I'm going to do that. Alright. So now we got those parts done. Yup. Wow. We're making so much progress. It's so important that we save, so we don't lose this glorious progress. While I'm trying to figure out what to do with this hole, I'm going to start trying to do the same thing here. So this looks like it can only be a triangle. Wait. No, I lied. Quad. Yep, you can be a quad. See? That means the other side can also be a quad. Oops. Wrong vertex I selected. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna kind of keep going. Let's see. That makes sense. It looks kind of wonky right now, but I promise it's probably gonna look better. We're just trying to get like the general rough shape of the hair right now. And similarly to the bottom spike here, it's only gonna make sense if it's a triangle. So we're gonna do that. Yep. But this last one here can be a quad. Yep. Yep. Gonna do the same on this side. At least to me, it makes sense for it to be a quad. Maybe someone else that's more geeked in like topology will be like, actually, it would have been better if you did it this way, and it could have been possible for you to make that a quad, but you did it this way, so you know what? Shut up. This is my model. I got to do what I want. Sorry, I had to be really nice. I think I'm gonna extrude this, and see, by extruding that, I gave myself an opportunity to make another quad. And another quad. Ooh. We are getting somewhere. So that means if I do the same on this side, I could get another quad! Boop. And I might have to use, oops. I might have to use a triangle to close that up, but I think I'm okay with that. Oh, and we can get another quad here. Yup, look at that. I think this is coming along nicely. Now, there is 4 vertices here, and technically you could make this into a quad, but it doesn't make sense for me to, because the quad's gonna be facing, I don't know, like this is, I'm treating this like as a strip here, and I want to like keep that strip intact. So I might just make this into a triangle and make this into a triangle. Yeah. Because I feel like it'll bend a little weirdly if it's a quad. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to try to do the same on this side. Extrude that one vertice. Make a quad. And make another quad. And we do have a hole here. Oops. No. What? I pressed F. That's why that happened. But look. These vertices are already close together. And it's just this vertex. Whoa. What did I do? Whoa. I figured out something new. What does V do? V makes a new vertice? I did not know that. I feel like that will be useful, but we don't need that. I don't know what that operation is called. I had a vertice selected. It's just one vertice, right? But I had it selected and I pressed V and it made another one. Are you guys seeing this? So yeah, I don't know what that's called, but that seems like it's very useful. Anyways, I'm going to take that and connect it with this one. Merge last, and everything is connected. Insert that one Lemon Demon song. Everything is connected. And yeah, look at that. It looks really blocky and chopped right now, but we're getting somewhere. And I think, you know, I don't know if I like it like this. BFDI gasp. Yeah. Like, look. It's so... I feel like it needs to be more connected. So what I'm going to do is delete these faces. I was pressing control or caps lock instead of shift. Delete these faces, and we're gonna try something different, because it looked like they're all just strands, but I kind of want them to look like they're together in a way. So let's do that. Let's merge these at the center. Okay, I kind of like where this is going. Do I want this to be a triangle? I don't want that to be a triangle. I lied. It could be a triangle split like this. So then I can bend it inwards like that. Or outwards. Or I can bring both of these outwards like that. Maybe. I'll let what that thing wants to decide. Assalamualaikum. Because she's a cool bunny. I went to the pet store, and they had bunnies there, and I noticed that they had like water bottles.
Yeah, they did have that.
Yeah, so I figured it's like a cooling tactic. And then that one image, like, I'm a cool bunny. Like, the bunny's just sitting next to water bottles. I'm like, okay, it's just sitting next to a water bottle. It's like, oh, that's how they cool down the bunnies. So I'm like, okay, let me try that. And I don't know if Mabel cares for it too much, but hey, if we have a hot day and you're like dying, that'll save you. Not dying literally, but like dying from heat. Exaggerated way. Um, yeah. Okay, I got carried away talking about bunnies. Um, I kind of like the idea of like connecting the vertices. Can I do that? I mean, I know I can do that, but like, whoa, good. Oh, wait. This is working a little too better than I expected. Everything's all closed up now. Can I select everything in the back and smooth the vertices and see what happens? I'm gonna do that and see what happens. Alright, wish me luck. Whoa. Whoa. It was all jagged, guys. It was all jagged. And then look. And let me... Oops. I'm gonna hide. Close enough. Look at that. Close enough. I think... Yep. That's it. That's the sentence. I think. It's like from the amazing digital circus, guys. Get it? Okay. Um, I think that's fine. No one's gonna look primarily at the back. Uh, but, I think I want to go around like this, and hopefully, okay. I'm just gonna do that around these loops in hopes that it gives me some nicer curves. Oh, I don't have one for right there. It's fine. Oh, I don't have one for right there either, but it's fine. We're gonna fit bevel, and we're gonna select the whole bottom of this again. I think we should grab these two so those faces are included. And smooth vertices. Okay, I kind of like what it's doing. This is kind of the process of like what I was doing, but for ibuki, it'll almost never be the same exactly because the results might always vary, but it'll at least always give you a very similar shape or results. I'm actually super happy with how that's turning out. And it doesn't have to be perfect because it's just the general shape what matters truly. But you can get as close as you can for, you know, that satisfaction. Oh, interesting. I love that. It's pretty much what the shape that I'm looking for. Yeah. Oh yeah, I could add a loop here because I know. There you go. I can probably do the same for this one because I know these ones I didn't add like any sort of. There. Oh, you see what a loop cut can really do? Like sometimes all it takes is just a loop cut. Sometimes that's all it takes. Just to get that little curve that you want. Wow. I'm actually more than happy with that. And it was harder for Ibuki because his little hair spikes was longer and he also had like the back spines like Sonic does. So I had to like move that around and like get it to like not be in the way. Um but yeah, for her it just rests nicely like on the back like that, which is perfect. And we're going to save all this beautiful hard work. I'm so proud. I'm so happy. We did it. Wait, we're missing two things. Of course, we're missing the hair, which we'll get on to a little bit. But I'm actually quite thirsty. That is exactly what I wanted to happen. If anyone cares, I am drinking a ginger ale. Thank you very much. Because I love ginger ale. I haven't had it in a while. Anyway, I'm missing her nose. I got really quiet. Sorry. I'm kind of locked in. That's when you know when I'm locked in. It's like when I get really quiet. Oh. And this is mirrored, so I'm just gonna delete. Oops. Here you go. Oh, it doesn't matter because it's mirrored. Now see, look, I added the cube, right? And I already had the sphere added in. When I press or mouse over excuse me, a certain part of an object or mesh, and I press L, L is for like link, so it'll select everything that's linked to that mesh. This is a separate mesh, so that's why I didn't select it. But if you wanted for it to select everything, you'd press A. I pressed L here, and it only selects the linked vertices here, not these, because none of these vertices are linked to this one. Does that make sense? I'm so happy if it did. I think the hard part is trying to, you know what? No. You're making me mad. I didn't delete it. I just hit it. If I press A and Alt H, it unhides everything. But I want the thing to get out of my sight right now. Oh, man, excuse me. I'm all gassy now. I didn't even have that many sips. Nothing special I'm doing here. I'm just trying to shape a nose. If I get lazy, I'm just going to do smooth vertices. Make sure clipping's on. Smooth vertices. And yeah, that's about a nose shape that I want. See, let's actually connect it and make it look like an actual nose. Yep, looks nose enough to me. Maybe it's a little bit on the small side. Oh, it's actually too low. Oh, it's actually too big. Okay. It doesn't have to be exact, but close enough. I'm happy with that. Yep, now we have a nose, and now for the finale part. I think I'm going to end this when I finish modeling the hair. I'm not going to do all the texturing and stuff. I might. Nah, I won't. It gets a little complex. It doesn't have to be. But this is mostly just for the modeling process, because I know modeling these parts can get really tricky. But UV mapping and texturing I can usually figure out myself. So, yeah. Yeah, it's just a process that I don't want to record because one, it's going to take up, the more I record, the more storage it's going to take up, and I don't want my computer to explode. And more footage means more I have to edit if I decide to edit this. And my goal is to try to make a video that I don't have to edit much, or if at all. So, yeah. I think I'm kind of stalling. I think I'm nervous. Are you guys nervous? I'm kind of nervous. But yeah, look what we have so far. Let's just take a minute to really appreciate how far I've gotten. And the only thing left is the hair. I'm super nervous because, again, even though we just did this, like this was a boss, but this is the final boss. The hair is the final boss of this. But yeah, let's break it down. The hair is just a bunch of arcs, okay? There's 1, 2, 3. Wait, I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 arcs, okay? And we can make 4 arcs by using cylinders. So imagine this as a cylinder. We bent the cylinder, then beveled it to get the curve we wanted, and then we just duplicate that cylinder, and then we adjust the size and curve of it 4 times. 3, I can count, I promise. But yeah, we duplicate it, and then we connected them together, the vertices together, similar to how we did this little fluff here, and then just stick it on the head. So because the hair is asymmetrical, we will be moving on and making a whole new complete object. We're going to add a cylinder. I have it set to 8 vertices and nothing. This is kind of important, I think. You can have it to be a triangle fan, but do not have it be an n-gon. Do not have it be an n-gon. It's gonna cause so much trouble, I think. I don't know. I have a disdain for n-gons. I'm trying to take a bite of my food that I'm still eating. Okay. Ready? You can try to follow the reference. We'll follow this one. Make sure we're in edit mode. I think 8 vertices is a fine amount. You can go 6 if you're trying to go for a lower poly count. I don't know how many polygons I have right now. Let's see. Let's find out. Statistics. Oh. Triangles, faces. Would that be the poly count? I know there's another way to figure out like how many poly count or polygons you have, but I'm kind of surprised with that number. I thought it was gonna be higher for some reason, but I guess this still counts as a low poly. Like a low poly, I kind of associate with like super blocky characters, but I guess this still doesn't have that many polygons. And you know what? That's the goal. We don't want to overdo it with too many polygons. But you know, use polygons if you're trying to get more details, like we're trying to get more curves into the hair, and compared to Love Chan, where the hair is just like basically triangles with no curves. And that's a style. That's an amazing style. But for this style, I do like to see more curves. So I tried to add more geometry to, you know, get that. You know what? Those numbers might doubled. I just realized because I have the mirror modifier on and I haven't applied it. So it might add more. But anyways, I'm getting distracted. I'm stalling. That's what I'm doing. Excuse me. Child behavior. Okay, no not chud behavior because that's a normal human thing, right, guys? Unless you guys are actually aliens watching. In case, hello, fellow aliens. I'm sorry that you don't want to come to Earth because all of the weird crap we do. I don't know if I've cursed at all in this video, have I? if I haven't, I'm actually very proud of myself. uh, I'm usually saying all sorts of weird things, but if I manage to stay potty mouth free, then that's a amazing feat for some people. Okay, so basically what I just did is I'm scaling down the ends and matching them up to this specific. I chose this one. I should have picked the biggest one, but we'll make do. But yeah, I have this end and this end. So kind of just imagine like the hair tufts to be like separate parts, okay? And I picked one. Just focus on one. And whoa. There you go. That makes it helps me orbit better. So if your camera starts doing weird stuff where you're having trouble centering something and you're panning around it, what helps me is I press period on your number pad and it centers it like immediately. And then you can zoom out and pan around it, orbit around it just fine. And I also love this gimbal thing because you can also just click around it. And anyways, I'm getting distracted. I keep stalling. Anyways, what I did is I scaled these to the ends and head and tail. I guess we're gonna use the bone terminology. This would be the head, and this is the tail. Okay, the tail is like the end, and the head is like where the root is. So I just scaled those to my liking, and then I put a loop cut in the middle. I scaled it and moved it to wherever it kind of bends kind of the most. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just to get a general gist, I just put it somewhere where it bends to kind of mimic this curve. And then it looks really blocky right now, but you're gonna trust the process, okay? It looks like just a thing. It looks like a thing, okay? But you're gonna, oops, why did I press 0? But yeah. Then you're gonna press Control B, that's bevel, and it's gonna start doing this. And you can scroll up or down to make as many cuts as you want. I usually like to go no more than 3 or 4. And yeah, and then I'm gonna take the ends here and merge them to center because we don't need all of those. Boop. And I'm just gonna kind of play around and scale. Sometimes it's helpful to have proportional editing on. Yeah, because look, but if I'm moving some vertices, it moves the rest of them relative to like where they are. Oh wow, yeah, see, I really like how that turned out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That actually was not that bad. Look at that. Look at that beautiful thing. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Now, we're going to select everything and I'm going to duplicate it and I'm going to scale it really big. Oh, see? Do you see the vision? Do you see it? I think you see it. I think you see where this is going. Now, it's not lined up matched up perfectly, but that's what this process is for. Kind of just, I'm going to take this and scale it really big. And rotate it. Maybe, I hate that. I hate it. I hate it. Anyone peep that one EXE song? I hate it? No? Okay. That's great to know. And if you're still hating how, like, this is turning out, maybe, wait. Like, sometimes it might be helpful to do smooth vertices just to see what it'll do and happen. But, for this, I'm not going to, because I think I can do it without, okay. Just trying to scale up. Oh, okay. We're getting closer to the shape we want. Very close. I just want these vertices to go down, kind of like that. I feel like it's because it's like, why is this selected? Turning. Okay. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. We're gonna scale up because this one's a little bigger. We're getting somewhere. This just involves a lot of tweaking, patience for sure, but eventually you will find the shape you're looking for. I wish I had that, what am I doing? I wish I had that little thing that Crash had where it showed what buttons she was pressing. So that way I could also share what buttons I'm pressing. But I'm trying to say verbally, usually. This is not a tutorial, so so don't hold me to it if I don't. Oh, how I'm selecting like certain loops, like a loop that goes around an object that has a flow like that. I'm pressing Alt plus clicking. And if I want to do it to multiples, just Shift Alt click. Yeah, that's usually how I do it. I think I've done it. I've done it. We've done it. I think this is the shape I'm looking for. If not, very close. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this shape. And this is very similar to this one, so I'm going to L around this, and I'm going to duplicate it by Shift D. Scale it down. And kind of just... What if I start from the... I think I was aligning it by the tail, but what if I aligned it from the head? What is that noise? That is my alarm. I got distracted. Now I want to drink. Okay. Before we continue, let's save so we don't lose our beautiful progress. I'm going to scale by the tail. So, or head. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to scale to where it matches the head, or the root rather. Of our little spike. And then, I'm just going to wing it from here. Moving along this, I did by pressing G twice. Oops, I pressed spacebar. This is a really different shape. I might just delete this and start with a new cylinder. Yeah, let's do that. So it saved my settings from last time. Just do the same thing. Sometimes you can't reuse an object to make this the shape you're making, and that's okay. Sometimes you just gotta start all over, and it's easier that way. Because sometimes you just have too many vertices that you're trying to move, and it's like, okay, this is kind of getting redundant. So yeah, start from head to tail. See, now I know this looks really bad, but trust the process. Okay, you're gonna put a loop cut here. Gonna rotate it. Gonna bring it up right here. Maybe make it a little bigger. Bigger. Okay. And I'm gonna press bevel. See, look. That's pretty close to the shape we're looking for. We're getting there. Excuse me. Oh, and at the end, we're going to verge at the center, because we don't need all that. Alright, that is very close to the shape I'm looking for, and I did that way faster than trying to move all the vertices to be what I need them to be. So yeah, that was a lot faster. And now, let's see, maybe I'll use this one. I'll duplicate this and make it small, and I lied. No, we are not doing that. We're starting from scratch again. Only if they're like super similar in shape, it's helpful to duplicate, but not all the time it's useful. I forgot the name of the person. I probably should have said it in the beginning of the video, but this character does not belong to me. I already mentioned how it was for art fight for an attack, so you guys probably got the hint that it's for someone else. But their name, I do not remember. I'm sorry, guys. I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Maybe I'll look it up and tell you in like 2 seconds. Hold on. Okay, bruh. Their name is literally called Phoenix Doodles, I think, on _ Doodles on Artbyte. It's the same name as this character. Okay, anyways. I thought it was gonna be something different. Oh, yeah, that's really funny. Like, oh, I don't know what their name is. Their name is literally in this OC's name. Their OC's name is in there. Anyways, oh, that's really funny. Yeah. Okay. So what I did, if you weren't paying attention, I made a cylinder, scaled it down, very close to this shape, this one shape, focused on this shape. I scaled the head to the beginning, the root of the little spike, and I scaled the tail to the tip of the spike. And then I added a loop cut, and I'm either scaling it down or up and moving it around to where it bends the most to kind of replicate the shape, but it doesn't have to be perfect, because then we're going to press Control B to bevel to kind of get that shape. I'm going to decrease the amount of that I have. And when you finish beveling, take the end, all the vertices at the tail or the end with the tip. And we're going to merge the center. And yeah. That is pretty much the shape that I want. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Now, the tricky part is, I could have just... It's very similar to the oh. Interesting. I've been deceived. Wait. I lied. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, okay. This is just the side view of it. But this spike, I just realized, is bigger because in like the character ref, this is actually like covering the character's eye a little. So we've been modeling this from the side view. I did that because it was easier for me to like decipher the shapes, but now what I'm gonna try to do is move the shapes roughly to where they're supposed to be. And I know I'm definitely gonna have to change this one because this one's actually supposed to be the biggest spike. So now I'm trying to get it to scale to my liking. I think it's okay. Yeah, okay, that's okay. Now I'm trying to figure out how exactly I want to merge all these together. This is probably the hardest part for me. Personally, I'm going to move this all up in the front just a little. And then we're going to turn it to the side like this in the future, kind of like that. Just to get the vision, but I'm going to keep it like this for now. So it's easier for me to work with. I'm going to save, because that's all of our beautiful work. But yeah, I use the side view for clarity purposes, but if it helps you to do it in the front view, and, you know, just, like you can work from different angles, or even like if you make a reference with the hair separate from the rest of the model, that's probably going to be really helpful for you. But yeah. Now I'm trying to figure out, I'm learning along the way too. I'm not trying to act like, oh yeah, this is how you make hair, guys. Like, no, I'm going based off of like what I learned from like modeling in general. And just trying to use primitive shapes, trying to think about how I can warp them to the shapes that I'm looking for. So yeah, we've gotten to this point like where we got like pretty much like 80% of the hair shaped. Now I just want it to be together as one clump. Like I want to connect, whoa, connect all these together. So like when I press L, it selects everything. But right now they're all separated as different mesh pieces. Okay. I might have an idea. See where this is connecting to this? I'm going to put a loop cut there. And I might delete this one. I said delete. Okay. What I'm going to do is maybe move this here. I'm going to start connecting vertices. See, the moment I connect these, right, I connected the one vertices together, now this counts as one whole piece. I hope that kind of clears up about what I mean, about like why the mesh pieces are separate sometimes like that, even though they might still be the same object. Okay, so I just kind of just did that without explaining what I was doing. Basically, I'm similar to what we did the hair here. I say we like as if you're modeling the same character as I am. No, you're not. I mean, maybe you are, but chances are that you're probably not. But or maybe you have like parts similar to this hair character. But anyways, what I just did, is that similar to that, I'm lining up vertices with each other. Yeah. So like this strip, if I exit, this strip, you see this? This strip? It's all connected. It's all just one strip. I'm trying to keep things connected by strips. Because that's something I noticed in character models, is that everything is kind of like in strips. That's why it's easy to do all those loop cuts and everything. So I'm going to try to do that as much as I can. So I'm going to do that for the rest of the parts. I'm going to connect by first. It kind of doesn't matter if it's by first, by last. It just depends on what you prefer. And what makes this really easy is that all the cylinders are the same. So all of them had 8 parts or 8 vertices. So it's going to be the same regardless. I don't like how that looks. I want this to be at, yes, that's how I want it to look. Yes. 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 So now when I press L on this one, they're all connected. Now I just got to connect this one. This might be a bit of a doozy because that is a long piece, but we're going to try anyway. Actually, okay, that wasn't that bad. Yeah, no, that wasn't that bad. People's not going to notice. They're not going to be like, that looks kind of weird. Maybe someone out there might, but, you know, who cares about that one person? Who cares about that one person? Okay. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to see if I can make it look less, like, harsh, I guess. I don't want to use smooth vertices because then it's going to take away the points, the pointiness that I made here. So, I mean, maybe I might use it for like towards the heads of these roots. But, yeah. Let's see. Oh, interesting! Look at that! It recognized this as a whole loop. All I did was press Alt and then click, and it selected the whole thing. What if I extrude and shrink? Whoa. Okay, we are getting somewhere with this. I'm gonna smooth these out. Yes! That is what we are looking for. Smooth vertices. And I really want to find a way to kind of get all these vertices to like close in on each other. Let's try it one more time. Do you think I can just close these shut like a mouth? Oh! Do you think I can and should do that? Can I? Should I? It might be better if I try to make them as quads. Let's see. I take this, extrude that, and merge it by last, so that way I can make a face. That might not work. I can already see this not working. No, no, no. maybe. I guess that one would just have to be a triangle. Okay. Let's try. Everything is just really slanted right now, but yeah, this is just gonna have to be a triangle. Okay. Does that make sense at all, though? I don't know if that makes sense. Okay. Oh, I know how to delete this. Delete edge. Just the edge. Yep. Okay. Alright. I'm totally back where I started. I don't know. I just kind of want this to look nice, even though it might not matter. Because it's going to be kind of in her head anyway. But we're getting very close to what I want this to be. Well, if these are faces that go around, I guess it would make sense. Oops. My phone is vibrating. I don't even know how long this is. What am I doing? Sorry. Yeah, the sad part is that this one doesn't have nobody. But everything else is like a strip. See? Strip, 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 strip. But hey, if we have to end up with just a couple of triangle... Huh? Huh? I'm confused. Wait. Oh, that's my payday notification. I get paid tomorrow. Yay! Okay, sorry. I got distracted. Oh, okay, no, it's the same thing. It was just aligned weirdly. Okay. If we end up with a triangle, then it is what it is. But we managed to make this without too many triangles. The only triangles there are is right here and then at the ends. Because if you remember, when we merged all of the vertices together, it ended up making a bunch of triangles. Like now, this is actually a triangle fan. Like in that setting where it asks, oh, what would you like the ends to be? N-gons, nothing, or triangle fans? And that's basically what we did. We turned it into a triangle fan. And that's okay. Okay. I think I covered up all the holes, and I know this looks really funny right now, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna select all of the vertices we just did. Maybe not that one. I said maybe not those ones. This one's fine. And we're gonna press smooth vertices. Smooth vertices again. Smooth vertices again. And just take a look at what it's doing. Okay. I'm gonna take this and kind of get this to align. Okay. That is already very close to the shape I'm looking for. Okay, I'm going to do this again with these extra vertices included. Smooth vertices. And I think I kind of like how that looks. No one's really going to see this part, so it's going to be fine. Let's turn this off. Look at that. That's the shape I'm looking for. I believe this is the shape I'm looking for. And if I were to turn it like 90 degrees on the correct axis and move it, it doesn't line up perfectly, but overall this is the shape I'm looking for. It doesn't have to be perfect. Actually, I do want it to be on this side, because what I'm going to do is... What are you doing? I pressed R and then Z to turn it on the X axis. And... yeah. It doesn't have to be exactly aligned with the reference. Remember that. All I know is that I was looking for the shape, and some of the hair was big enough to like cover the eye, and I'm just gonna move this inside her head. Maybe what I'll do is just rotate it a little, bring it up just a little. Now I'm just going based off of my best judgment to see what looks and feels right. And you know what? That to me is what looks and feels right. Oh my goodness. This is what I was looking for. This is what I was looking for. Yeah, it's sticking out her head, but that is pretty much what I was trying to achieve. Yep. Yeah. So remember, your reference is not supposed to be like a one-to-one thing with your model. Like, see, even the arms here isn't like exactly straight like the reference, but because I copied and pasted from ibuki's, but they are arms, and that's what I am looking for. The hair in the back is not completely aligned with this, but it's the shape, generally the shapes that I am looking for. Wait, actually, I'm gonna widen that a little bit. Like, sure, you'll want it to get them to be close as possible, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, I like that better. Let's see. Oh yes. Oh yes. It's more, now it feels more full. Okay. Yeah, I was just trying to shape that a little more. I like that a lot better. Yeah. So the reference is usually like a guideline, okay? You don't always have to follow the guidelines, but it helps to follow it as close as you can. And just go based off of your judgment and see what looks right. Because this is generally what I was trying to achieve. Oh, that looks a little funny. I'm gonna bring that just a little there. Yeah. And you know what helps me? I know I didn't do that in this video, but sometimes if you're just, you can't, if something looks off and you can't figure out what it is, it just helps to just stop working on it and take a break. Walk away, look at something else, play a game. Um, uh, I don't know, watch paint dry or something. Just stop looking at this because your brain has gotten too used to looking at your model to like where it doesn't even know like what exactly it's looking at anymore. And it happens sometimes, and you just need to leave for like 20, 30 minutes, maybe even an hour, sometimes days or weeks, and come back, and you're like, oh, okay. Like you come back with a fresh, refreshed mind. You don't know what previously bothered you unless it's still there. It's like, oh, okay, I remember this bothered me, and maybe it doesn't bother you that much anymore. So yeah, I notice sometimes that can help me if I'm feeling like I really don't like how this is turning out, but I don't know what I can do to make it look better. It's probably your imperfection, your perfectionism. Is that the word I'm looking for? It's kind of like tricking you into thinking like, yeah, this actually looks like ass, bro. You don't know what you're doing. Like you need to fix it, but we don't know what it is. You just whatever it is, you need to figure it out and fix it. Yeah, okay, I do like that. Sometimes I'm just going back and forth with undo and redo just to make sure like that's the change I wanted to make. That's just my thing. But yeah, no, I'm so excited to like start UV unwrapping and texturing. I'm literally so excited. So, and then I can rig and then I can finish the office attack. Yeah, I think I can finish this model today. But I think that's what I need right now is right now I'm feeling pretty good about this model. But I'm going to go ahead and take a break and stop looking at this, do something else, watch something for like an hour, come back and see if I still feel the same about the model. If I notice anything different, like, oh wait, actually, let me do this. Then oh, okay, I've been looking for this too long, and there's some changes that needs to be made. So even if you're happy with something, just take a step back, come back to it later, and you might notice something that you're like, oh, I didn't notice that until now. Yeah, come back with a new, fresh pair of mind and eyes. But yeah, I hope it wasn't really a tutorial. It was more of just like a process walkthrough model. I don't know, speed paint, except it's modeling and it's not sped up because I'm not speeding this up. I don't know, model along, I guess, work along, of like me finishing up this model that I've had for the past couple of days and finishing it up. And yeah, with some tricky parts like the ears and hair, especially the hair. Yeah, I hope my process was helpful because I didn't know how I was going to do the hair at all. I kind of just winged it and just went based off of like what I did previously in my other models. Like, okay. And then just looking at other references too. References help a lot. So yeah, I don't know what to say or how to end this, but I will definitely keep you guys updated on how the rest of this model comes along. I'm really, really excited. I hope the person that I'm attacking really likes this model because their character is so cute. I hope I captured them nicely. Yes. Oh, there's something else I wanted to do. Maybe I'll do that in texturing. Yeah. Yeah, okay, okay. This video is already longer than it should be. It's gonna take forever to upload, but whatever, it's fine. Whatever helps those who needs insight, or just want someone to model along with, and stuff. Yes, I hope you have a good rest, splendid, full, and blessed rest of your day. Nom nom nom. And good luck on your modeling endeavors. Bye now. Bye bye. Bye bye bye. Wait, I'll get Ibuki to say bye. Because I can't get enough of Ibuki. Okay, Ibuki. Say bye, Ibuki. Turn all this so you can... Bye bye. Bye. Ooh. 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 Dun, 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 dun. It looks like that gif of I don't know that dog's name. Is it Mr. Peabody? I don't know, but that's what this hand reminds me of. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. 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 Bye. 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 Goodbye.